Hello, guys. Let me talk about one of the fascinating scientists that ever lived on this planet. The one whom we name as Erwin Schrödinger. And this man is popular in terms of the equation that this man came up with. But today I will be talking about one of his beautiful books that he wrote down. And this book was purely some basis for modernization in the advancements of the biology, what we generally know now as quantum biology. Maybe this was the book that has worked as a basis to understand the genealogy, to understand the DNA. So, guys, here I'm going to talk about what is life. When a physicist dared to ask the ultimate question. So this book was written by Erwin Schrödinger. So I want to talk about Erwin Schrödinger's vision, and I want to talk about his vision as Arfad Firdaus. So, so the point is that what if I told you that according to the laws of nature, you should not exist. You should not exist at all. Every structure decays. Every system runs down in the universe. Every order that we have, it dissolves into the chaos. And yet, here you are. You are breathing, you're thinking, and you are remembering. It was in 1944, one man looked at this contradiction and asked a dangerous question. He was not a biologist, and he was not a philosopher. He was a physicist, and his name was Erwin Schrödinger. And his question was simple. It was as simple as anything else. And the question was, what is life? I am Arfat Firdaus, and today we will explore one of the most influential ideas that was ever written in the form of a book by this great man. And at the intersection of physics, they would like to understand it at the intersection of physics and biology and try to have its meaning. And why Schrödinger wrote this book? This is the first question that can arise in our minds. And Schrödinger he lived in a time when physics had revealed the deepest laws of matter. It revealed atoms, energy, probability, but life remained mysterious all the time. It is mysterious right now. And living systems seemed to do something extraordinary. They maintain the order in a universe that relentlessly destroys the order. The second law of thermodynamics. Schrödinger did not write what is life. Let me put this into our mind. To give you the final answer, he wrote it to show that life itself forces us to think how nature works. So let's talk about the life versus disorder. Imagine, imagine leaving a house unattended. Okay, you don't attend the house, what's going to happen? There is accumulation of dust. The paint that's in the room that will be peeled. Structures will appear to be weakened. Now imagine a city that cleans itself, repairs itself, and rebuilds itself every day using the stuff, the material, the food that's lying outside. That city is life, according to Erwin Schrödinger. According to the basic physical laws, systems basically they move towards the disorder, the second law of thermodynamics. But living systems resist that drift. And what Schrödinger is trying to explain is Schrödinger did not deny the law of disorder. The disorder is there at the macroscopic scale. Instead, he asked, how does life obey the law and still survive? And the answer comes out with an argument of negative entropy. Life is something that eats the order. So what Schrödinger did, Schrödinger introduced a phrase that shocked the science, that shocks the science itself. Life feeds on negative energy. Now think of entropy as a messiness, disorder, randomness. A clean room becomes messy. That's disorder. A hot cup of tea becomes cold. Life does the opposite of it. What life does, it does oppose it by importing the order from its surroundings. A plant, say for the sake of example, absorbs sunlight. An animal absorbs food. A human absorbs the ordered energy. Life is not magic. Life is accounting. Order comes in and disorder goes out. This is how life sustains. Life is a local victory. It's not a cosmic victory. It's not the victory of the universe. It's basically a rebellion of cosmos. Let's go with an original example. Say, I take an example of refrigerator. Now, a refrigerator keeps food cold. Does it violate the law of physics? Does it violate the second law of thermodynamics? The answer is no. What it does then, it exports heat. It exports heat into the surroundings, into the room. Similarly, life maintains the structure by exporting disorder outwards. This is the core idea of the book. Schrödinger basically showed us that life is not a miracle. The cosmos itself is a miracle. It's a beautiful compliance with the nature's rules, the rules that are set by the nature. Now, to understand, to go deep into our understanding, let's talk about the crystals. One of the greatest mysteries was inheritance. How does life store the instructions? Because as life goes on, there are instructions. With such precision across generations, And what Schrödinger proposes in this book, Schrödinger proposed something radical, a structure stable like a crystal, but irregular enough to encode the vast information. He called it an aperiodic crystal. This idea directly inspired the later discoveries of the molecular structure of the genetic materials. Crystals, periodic atoms, molecules, there's periodicity, there's order. And what Schrödinger predicted information before biology fully understood it. So to take an original example for this argument, let's talk about a library and a brick wall. A brick wall it's a repetitive structure. A library is structured but non-repetitive. Life's instruction system resembles a library. It does not resemble the bricks on a wall. Stability and complexity comes from that library. That was the insight of Erwin Schrödinger. And what he's trying is that life is information organized in the matter. So Schrödinger shifted the central question. Life is not defined by what it is made of, but how it is arranged in a library of life. The arrangement of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. Think about these atoms. They exist everywhere in the universe. But life depends on the sequence, timing, and the organization of these atoms. Just as letters alone do not create any meaning, matter alone does not create life. Meaning only arises, it arises from the order. Let's take another original example to understand what I'm trying to tell you. Music. Sound waves are everywhere. Music exists only when the sound is arranged in a proper order. And life is matter playing a very precise composition, very accurate composition, the composition of musical tones. So life can be thought as stability against the randomness. So what Schrödinger did, Schrödinger emphasized that life resists the randomness. So we are here because of the resistance with astonishing accuracy. Cells divide. They divide with precision. Structures, they repair themselves. Memory, it persists. This suggested to Schrödinger that nature allows long-term order under certain specific conditions. Life is not fragile chaos that we see around us, that we see in the universe. It's a robust filling order, the order of a crystalline material. Schrödinger ended with a restraint in his argument. He acknowledged that life may reflect. It may reflect deeper organizing principles beyond the current understanding. He did not reduce basically life to meaninglessness. No, nor did he claim the ultimate answer to this question. But what he did, he respected the mystery. He respected the mysterious action without abandoning the reasoning that surrounds. Now, the final thing that I want to talk about this book is that why this book still matters, why it makes its impact. If you look at the modern biology, if you look at information theory and systems, science, all of these things, they echo the, the idea of Schrodinger's idea. His book it reminds us that life is lawful, order is precious. Life cannot be there without the order. Complexity it's meaningful. And to understand it, when you understand it, you automatically achieve that state of humility. This is the core idea, this is the core beauty, this is the core audacity of the book that's written by Schrodinger, What's Life? Schrodinger did not tell us what life means, basically. He showed us why life is. And surprisingly, astonishingly, improbable and real. Life is not the noise. It is the order held delicately against the tide of randomness, the tide of chaos. When we ask what is life, we are not just asking a scientific question, we are asking about our place in the grand reality, in the grand structure of reality, in the grand fabric of space and time. I am Arfat Firdaus, and this was the question that forever changed how science looks at living existence. So with this, I hope you like it and you appreciate